If you're a physical media collector like I am, or maybe you're thinking of stepping into that realm of home theater because you're tired of finding yourself in a situation on a Friday night, wishing you could watch some random movie that popped into your head, and not a single streaming platform has it in their library. So now you're thinking, well, if I just had a physical copy of it, I wouldn't be in this situation right now. But now you need a Blu-ray player or perhaps even a 4K Blu-ray player, so you hop online and you see all the many options out there from Sony, Panasonic, LG, etc. But then out of the corner of your eye, you see a brand named Magnetar. You do a little digging and BAM! Sticker shock, because the UDP800 is $15.99. Then another slap in the face when you see the flagship UDP900 is $2,999. Then you're asking yourself,
is this real life? Am I stuck in the Matrix? Why? Why would a 4K Blu-ray player be so expensive?
Well, I'm here to answer the question, what do you actually get when it comes to an ultra premium 4K Blu-ray player? So, my friends at Magnetar were kind enough to send my loaners to review both the UDP800 and UDP900. So let's just get the comparison out of the way first, shall we? Why on earth is the UDP900 almost twice as much as the UDP800? To start, what similarities do they have? Well, they both support 3D Blu-ray, Dolby Vision, HDR10+, Dolby True HD, DTS HDMA, Dolby Atmos, DTS:X, and RO3D pass-through. But don't think of them as just disc players, but multimedia players in general, supporting so many different disc formats like 4K UHD, BD, BD, BDR, BDRE, DVD-R, RW, DVD plus R and RW, DVD video, and even physical media music formats like DVD audio, SACD, CD, and CDR/RW. Whew! In addition, USB external hard drives up to 16 terabytes are supported, with direct access from your computer or NAS via your local network using DLNA, SMB, or NFS protocols, supporting a wide range of media formats including MKV, AVI, MP4, M2TS, WAV, FLAC, APE, MP3, DSD, etc. They both support 4K 60Hz upscaling when watching lower resolution sources, with BT2020, BT709, and BT601 color space support. They both have an easy to navigate user interface and menu system, allowing easy access to various settings and local USB devices and networks. Some physical similarities is that they both have stereo RCA and XLR outputs for pure audio playback when listening to music, as well as a standard HDMI output and an audio-only HDMI output if you're dealing with an older AVR. USB 3.0 inputs to connect a computer or NAS drive, coax and digital inputs, Ethernet connection, and RS-232C connection. Now the differences. And to be honest, some of these go right over my head, but maybe they'll be useful to some of you, so I'm going to mention them anyway. The 800 has a 4-layer PCM circuit board, where the 900 has a 6-layer board. More layers must be better, right? Yay! For pure audio playback, the 900 adopts 2 ultra-low noise, 27 MHz TCXO temperature-compensated crystal oscillators for more accurate system clock, which is apparently twice the processing speed of the 800. In addition, the 900 has more digital signal processing and voltage stabilizers compared to the 800. The 800 has 2 independent Burr-Brown PCM1795 DAC processors that are used for 2-channel digital to analog decoding, processing left channel and right channel respectively. The 900 has the gold standard ESS9038 Pro DAC for the stereo analog outputs, as well as a separate ESS9028 Pro DAC for the 7.1 RCA analog output section. That's right, that's one major difference between the two, the 7.1 audio output. For those die-hard multi-channel music fans listening to DVD audio and SACDs in their purest form. The 900 also has a USB Type-B DAC input for direct connection to a PC or mobile device, where the 800 does not. The 900 is slightly wider and longer, but it is also 2 inches taller. The 800 weighs 17.5 pounds or about 8 kilograms, whereas the 900 weighs 34 pounds or about 15.5 kilograms. Basically twice as heavy. Must be those crystal oscillators, am I right? No, I'm not right. But damn, the 900 is a beast. But that about wraps up the specs portion of this video. At this point, I think you're starting to get an idea of why premium 4K Blu-ray players are premium. They're not just disc players, they are multimedia machines. Take my trusty LG UBK90 that I've had for many years now. It's basically an HDMI pass-through source, taking the ones and zeros of a disc or USB flash drive and sending them to the AVR, which will decode those ones and zeros. It's also made of plastic and extremely light and has a fixed power cable. The UDP800 and 900 are built like tanks with metal chassis and internal bracing to make watching or listening to a disc as quiet as possible. They are also high-end CD, DVD audio, and SACD players with the option to have the players themselves convert the ones and zeros into an analog signal with their own internal DACs, giving you the option to cut the AVR out of the picture altogether and just go straight to an amp in a 2-channel hi-fi setup via the RCA or XLR outputs. The LG UBK90 does not have internal DACs. And finally, it's a multimedia control station, supporting up to 16 terabytes of storage connected via USB 3.0. I couldn't find it in the manual, but I know for sure that the USB input on the LG UBK90 doesn't support 16 terabytes, only little flash drives. So yeah, Magnetar knows their target audience. They know not everyone is going to be such a die-hard physical media fan for both movies and music, but they sure do offer some premium products for those who are, I can tell you that much. Magnetar products are a marriage of stereo hi-fi, multi-channel audio, and cinephile lifestyles all wrapped into one. And we all know the hi-fi stereo sector of home audio alone can get real expensive real fast, with die-hard audiophiles spending tens of thousands of dollars on speakers alone. But that's not to say spending upwards of $3,000 for a UDP900 doesn't come with its quirks, at least regarding 4K Blu-rays. Over the past few weeks, it's done some weird stuff in my theater. The first was when I was attempting to watch the Turbine edition of Twister both in Atmos and RO3D. The Atmos version played flawlessly without any hiccup, but the RO3D version took a few tries to even get past the menu screen. It did eventually, but was annoying to say the least. Then again, when the US remaster of Twister came out, it wouldn't get past the disc's menu screen at all. As soon as I pressed play, it would stop and go back to the Magnetar menu screen every time. So when I reviewed Twister for my channel, it was my trusty LG UBK90 that did the job. Then again, when I attempted to watch Talk to Me in RO3D, the only way I could watch the movie itself was to literally watch all the previews before getting to the disc's menu screen. If I tried to skip the previews, it would go back to a black screen, make some noises like it was trying to get to the main menu, then go back again to the Magnetar menu screen. So weird. I'll get back to you on the UDP800 on this matter since I haven't yet connected it in my theater. But I have used the 800 in my living room a few times now when I watched some 3D Blu-rays while reviewing the LTV 3500 Pro UST projector from AWOL, and it performed flawlessly. So maybe that particular UDP900 has some issues, or Magnetar needs to check out what might be the problem with their flagship player. But that was it. When it comes to music playback, both 2-channel and multi-channel, the 900 was perfect, and it sounded incredible. Check out that video if you haven't already. When I popped in Dune Part 2, no issues. So maybe it just has something against the movie Twister and certain RO3D titles. I don't know. But yeah, if you're an audiophile, cinephile, 3D Blu-ray lover, DVD audio, and SACD lover, you have a massive library of media files on a 16 terabyte NAS drive, and you want premium internal and external components to control them all, might I suggest Magnetar as your next purchase? Although another caveat is that the US distribution rights is going through a change right now, so it might be hard to actually purchase one, at least at the time this was filmed. Value Electronics on the East Coast claims that they have both the 800 and 900 in stock, so I'd look there first. But everywhere else besides the United States, you might have better luck. So good for you. But there you have it, folks. Premium prices for premium components and a unit that is essentially a multimedia player, not just a Blu-ray player. So what are your thoughts on these types of products? Is it worth the price of admission? Would you rather have a Magnetar player as your multimedia hub rather than having separate 4K Blu-ray player, CD player, SACD player, etc.? Do you have a physical media collection already or are thinking about investing in one now? Let's start a conversation in the comments below. As always, this world is crazy as it is, so it only makes sense to be kind to one another out there. Don't just watch TV and movies and listen to stereo and multi-channel music. Listen and watch in its highest quality with Magnetar. And of course, always be listening.